Big day hiking out of the canyon today. Body's pretty wrecked. Super hot here in Alaska. Definitely not what we expected, and it's hard when you have to wear a bug shirt to keep all these bugs off you. You're just kind of melting. And we're fishing right now, and Matos just caught a fish. Yeah! Matos just caught a fish. So anyway, just gonna tell you how we were finishing up a great day of hiking. We were pretty beat up, but having a cocktail now and fishing, and sure enough, Matos is fly fishing and just caught one. It's rad. Peace. Gar.
It is? I don't know fish, but I thought those spots are...
That's a... Look at its mouth though. crossing. River 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 crossing. And once again, a river crossing. Hey, just coming back from backpacking. This will mark about a 20-mile out and back trip in 3 days to go backpacking. Beautiful scenery, just crossing these rivers. This river that we just crossed is by far the sketchiest river crossing that we've done out here. Water is super deep, it's moving super fast. Water is getting up to our waist, and each footstep you take is being challenged by the current and threatening to have you lose some footing and fall in, and that does not sound good at all, especially with the backpacks on, getting everything wet, sleeping bags, tents, all that stuff. So anyway, a little bit of a sketchy spot. Gets the adrenaline rushing, but looks like we're good. We're about 2 miles away from base camp. See him though. Cover me.
Right there.
Oh. Cover me, I'm going in. Where is this guy?
He's coming in.
That was crazy. Heads up, here they come. Oh! Got his talons out, dude. Oh! I want to see him just grab one of these turns. Get him! Oh! Day 5 in Alaska here, just finishing off a day hike from our second base camp for backpacking. Having a great time. I think you can tell from the views behind me that it's spectacular out here. Just an exceptional place to be. So far so good. Had some tough days hiking, of course, backpacking. The terrain has been really challenging, a little bit more so than our last trip out here, but it means hard work and perseverance to try and fight through some of these really tough areas, willows, bogs, walking up riverbeds, but we've been rewarded with some amazing territory. So anyway, having a great trip. Things look great. It's beautiful out here and happy to be in Alaska. Hey, just got done with a long hike. Super warm out, sweating like crazy. Body's work. Coming down the downhill was slippery, but my quads were getting wrecked. My feet were at the end of my shoes, just getting hurt. So just got down into this little creek and decided it was time to finally take a bath after 5 days here. So took a bath, cleaned up, washed my chonies, washed my socks, washed my shirt. Feeling completely refreshed. What a great spot. Water's a bit chilly, as glacier melt will be, but felt fantastic, and great way to end the hiking day. Headed back up to camp now, probably eat and just kind of relax, maybe read a book while just letting the body recover, but Great spot to have a little bath. Peace. We're on our last backpacking trip and we're headed up the canyon, and we're about to get absolutely slammed with a massive rainstorm that's coming in, which is going to be brutal, setting up a camp in the rain and potentially getting some of your bedding and stuff wet. So this is going to be gnarly. I'll turn the camera, it's going to start getting some raindrops on it, but I'll show you the wall we're about to walk into. Peace. That's by far the fastest I've ever set up a tent. We're about 7 miles up off the Noatak River. Beautiful hike, but then the storm wall was visible to us and we could totally see it. So we scrambled and got our tents up really, really quick, just in time because the skies opened up and we had some nasty lightning right on top of us and some really loud thunder. So anyway, great times here in Alaska. Rain's here, we'll settle in, read a little bit, and see what the rest of the day and night holds for us. Wow. That was crazy. You can hear it going down the canyon. We had a really amazing experience on the Noatak River today. Long day on the river, another 8 hours, slow moving water, so you're kind of zoning out a little bit. Definitely not scanning around as much as I normally would because you're just putting in time on the Noatak. It's slow water anyway, very little progress. So we're sitting there, we're kind of zoned out like I said, and on the bank to our right, 15 feet away, we see this streak of brown on the bank, and I immediately saw that it was kind of a four-legged running animal, so I assumed it was a caribou. Definitely wasn't a grizzly, but just assumed it was a caribou. So as it gets out ahead and starts to get into the water in front of us, you realize it was a gigantic bull moose. So he had a huge rack, just a massive animal. He was huge, and so he jumped in the water maybe 50 feet in front of our boat, and we were kind of freaking out a little bit because it was almost like he came out and was, I've seen caribou get really aggressive, maintaining their territory and showing us some aggressive behavior. So I thought maybe he was doing the same thing, but he got in the water right in front of us and then just kind of stayed there. So it was like he was kind of waiting for us to get to him. So we're scrambling, we're back paddling with the pedal, with the paddles. I'm trying to pull out my GoPro. I finally pull it out. It has no batteries, of course, like the one time on this trip that it doesn't work. And anyway, he sat there for a while, and as we're scrambling around, he finally finished swimming across the Noatak River. And when he came out of the water, he wasn't moving very quickly. So you just get a feeling for what a gigantic animal it is. And it was super fun to watch. He kind of looked at us for a little while and then slowly trotted up the bank in the shallows, and the amount of water he's moving and the sound he makes, it was just such a cool, amazing experience with a little bit of fear mixed in and some adrenaline on top of that. So kind of woke us up on what was kind of a mundane river day to gain miles to our next spot. Turned out to be just an amazing experience with a bull moose.
we lived in the wonder years. Wish I'd been at Woodstock. She loves the sound of records and the way they skip and pop. I'm an old soul to my bones, trying to walk this long road home. Loved ones lost will live again. I sing these songs for them. She's an old soul to her core. Pray that love will save us all. And one day enemies and friends will sing these songs again with old soul. Yeah, old soul. At the neighborhood pub, Marley's in the back singing "Could You Be Loved?" My girl is a beauty with a hand on my knees as night falls slowly on the land of the free. Well, it's a long lost time, but warmth remains. Tomorrow's love must reclaim a family's care, neighbors smile, a teacher's passion and patience time. I'm an old soul to my bones, trying to walk this long road. Loved ones lost will live again. We sing these songs for them. She's an old soul to her core. Pray that love will save us all. And one day enemies and friends will sing these songs again with old soul. Old soul.
Just chilling here in Alaska's Brook Range. I've got my chair set up, which is a gift. You've been backpacking and you can't take your chair. So nice to come back to camp. I already showed you eating some Triscuits and some peanut butter, some salami, just pounded down some Skittles. Just those little things that you don't get when you're up in the mountain. Backpacking are such a treat when you get back. Same as the chair here. So just drying out my feet. I'm wearing water shoes when I'm backpacking because we're doing so many river crossings, and so I've got my feet out in the wind, just drying out. Finally I'll change, get comfortable, but some of the benefits of getting back to base camp on the river is just some things that I would consider luxury out here, like dry socks and dry shoes and dry pants, things like that, extra food. But it's been a challenging trip, and I just wanted to take a minute to speak to some of the challenges we've had on this trip. We started off at Lucky 6. First day we were there, unrolled the boat, and there was a hole in the boat, so we were a little stressed. I had bought some glue before we left town, and just wanted to make sure that it worked. It had hardened up a little bit, maybe the heat in Sacramento. So there were some tense times of whether that boat was gonna work or not, because if the boat doesn't work, then that's our trip. You stay in that one spot for 3 weeks, which is not interesting and not what we're looking for. So bottom line, we got that one patch in, wasn't great, so we put on a second, took more time with it, and it was fantastic and it worked. So next challenge, in the first week of this trip, it's been hot as could be, really, really hot. The problem with that is when you're wearing a bug shirt, it doesn't breathe very well, and then you cover your head and you're keeping all that heat in. So I was really having a tough time in the first week, just managing the temperature, and there were some times where we're just trying to crawl up next to our tent to get a little bit of shade. So completely unexpected. So that was tough. to cover a couple of the amazing things that that you get with the Alaska experience. Getting on the river, it's beautiful. The scenery, the landscapes, the flora, the fauna, just being outside, fresh air, being able to step out of your tent in the morning, have some coffee, and just have this surrounding. Just some really amazing experiences. But one of my new favorite ones, which I picked up on this trip and is really kind of maybe tops them all, is getting back from a really difficult day and just being able to eat salami straight off the log. Yum. 7 days left until we get picked up at Otter Bar. Just had our last day on the river, which is fantastic actually. The river's super slow, so the days are long. We had 9-hour day, 8-hour day. Today we were super fortunate. We did almost the same mileage, but in 6 hours. The water was just moving faster further downstream, so that was awesome. But it's good to be done with the big river days. We're gonna go backpacking for 3 nights up into this canyon that looks beautiful. So we're gonna see what we can find up there. And we had a fantastic experience, although it was tough on the river today. We saw a grizzly. It was really far away, so we're hoping for a little bit closer experience. But that's the second grizzly that we've seen now. And then it was fantastic because along that same beach, but maybe half a mile down, we saw a muskox. So that was super cool. Had good view of that one, so it was fun to take it in and enjoy it. So yeah, things are looking good. Weather's coming in. We just got our tent set up because it looks like it's gonna rain. The wind is blowing like crazy, and so it's time to bunker down here after dinner. We stumbled onto this amazing box canyon. Super cool. Well, today is our last hiking day. We just wrapped up our base camp up the Kvatcherak Creek or Kvatcherak River drainage. Just headed back. It's a long 10 miles from our backpacking camp back to base camp on the Noatak River. Kind of a bittersweet day. It's too bad to have this trip wrapping up, but it's been a great one. The other side of it is it's good to get to base camp, and tomorrow we'll get to Otter Bar where we get picked up. So yeah, unfortunate to be finishing the trip, but fortunate to be going home and seeing everybody and get a little bit of rest, sleep in a bed. Definitely some food cravings I'm looking forward to fulfilling, but another spectacular trip. Been a tough one as usual. The body's pretty wrecked at this point. Just can't articulate how hard it is walking around here off trail. We're walking on a dried riverbed right now. The rocks are constantly twisting your ankle, jabbing into your feet. Going up some other drainages, we have some giant boulders that are constant hazard for twisting an ankle, twisting a knee. Bushwhacking through willows, going through bog, muskeg. Some of what looks like dry ground is actually kind of soft tundra. And when you walk on it, Mark described it as walking on a sofa. You're dipping down, and so you're using a lot of work just to make little progress. So anyway, the body's beat up from all these hikes, but it's so amazing to wake up every morning, go outside your tent and see this, and breathe fresh air, which a lot of times we take for granted. So yeah, great trip. Looking forward to base camp in Otter Bar. In a few days I'll see you, Beck, Nick, and Mia. Looking forward to getting together, telling some stories, hanging out again, being silly, and just being together again. So anyway, peace. Just got done with a brutal 10-mile backpack down to base camp on the Noatak River. Completely wrecked, but I couldn't pass up a last day of fishing. So I just kind of stumbled my way down here with my messed up feet and legs, and I just threw the line in, and I turn around and there's the first caribou that we've seen for the entire trip over on the other bank over here. So I'm gonna try and get a little bit closer. There's no way GoPro's gonna capture it, but finally saw a caribou on the second to last day. Pretty cool. Peace. Positive, very attainable. I thought Alaska was going to be a lot, I don't know, like not possible for me, but it's more than possible, so I feel pretty fortunate to be out here. So it was good overall, positive, great hiking, great scenery, a little bit of animal life, but you know, could use
use more of that. And that's about it. Difficulties were listening to Cunningham sing Disney songs.
That's fair.
The bugs, I'm not a fan of the bugs because they just were relentless little bastards. But the hiking was challenging. It was hard, but it felt really good. It was rewarding. That's it. That's good. I like the hot weather. I like the cold weather. I like it all. Good times.
Well, Alaska's Brooks Range 2023 is just about a wrap. It's our last day before flying out tomorrow. Incredible trip, just such a stunning place. Waking up every day to these views, fresh air. It's just an amazing place to be, and quiet. The only sounds are a bird every once in a while, and then the water whenever you're near it, and otherwise it's just really quiet here. So amazing experience. It's good to just disconnect, get away from all the nonsense, and just kind of be alive in the sense that you do what you want. You're super physical, you put in huge days, and then you just get to relax a little bit. Relax is relative up here. The flies, the mosquitoes are horrendous. So relaxing, it comes in a little bit of a different way here in Alaska, but putting in all the kind of work that we did, I don't know how many miles of hiking. I've already talked about how difficult it is to walk and hike off trail. Super difficult, just beats the body up. But yeah, I feel like the body held up again 3 years after the first trip to Alaska. So I feel strong. I feel like there was nothing I couldn't do physically, or distances I couldn't cover. So somehow at my age, that feels kind of nice that you can still keep up, and in an area that is probably only 5% of the people are doing what we do, if that. So anyway, fantastic trip, lots of challenges. Never thought I'd have to deal with heat here in Alaska, but first week, and then here and there since then, we just get some really tough heat. And when you're having to wear something for bugs like this, or usually my bug shirt, it's just stifling. You're just sweating, and it's intolerable at times. But all that being said, I'm excited to get home, see you, Beck, me, and Nick. It's funny the food cravings you have out here when you're just doing freeze-dried or some pretty basic meals. I haven't been able to stop thinking about the Green Room's burger with fried jalapenos, a nice pizza from One Speed, Mia's carbonara with a bunch of bacon, and the list goes on and on. A nice beer, a good cocktail. So it's funny the cravings that you have out here. So those things will be nice to get back to. But another great trip. Alaska is amazing. What an incredible place. So that's it. 2023 Brooks Range, Alaska is a wrap. Peace.
A celebration to last throughout the years. So bring your good times and your laughter too. We gon' celebrate your party with you. Come on now. Celebration. Let's all celebrate and have a good time. Celebration. We gon' celebrate and have a good time. It's time. It's a celebration.